Land, but there's certainly no damage. So now,
I mean, KP can split for this. That was his axe.
You could split again. Use both your ultimates for a very slim chance of stopping Roshan. Yeah, probably best you didn't go for that. They've already thrown enough into that ditch.
That was a rough engagement for Fnatic. Super well played by GEEK, just abusing the little windows with the cooldowns they have. I mean, now they have Batrider BKB, so they didn't even have it for that fight. That was just a Dragonlance Shard Drow. Like, she really was not that strong, but yeah. Armel goes in, kills the support, has no way of getting out. Just kind of sacrificed himself for a support kill. That's exactly what GEEK want to see. They can just pound into him with the hypothermia stacks. He ends up popping and dealing a huge amount of damage to Gabby as well. And this monkey ult's just, they're getting feared out of it, so yeah, that doesn't feel too great either. But you can see the stacks, the damage, the cleanup here. It's like a 3-on-5, right? It's just a hard fight to take. Now you pay even more than the iron price for that Roshan.
Good on GEEK to read that three-man was going to contest them for Roshan. I mean, that could have been a very different fight if they got caught inside of the pit.
Yes. Another consequence of that is, you were saying Narman cleaned that up. He got the 6 kill streak on DJ.
Yeah.
And the kill on Gabby. He got like 1,200 gold in that fight.
Yeah, he's got mech and 1,000 gold in the bank. Go to the Guardian Greaves. So
there's some decent sustain kind of coming out of nowhere.
If you're looking for
all of a sudden, everybody's going to look a lot tankier in these fights.
This is GEEK double BKB timing. Force is pretty happy to just run in. There's not a lot that pierces BKB in this game. Kick of the litter.
Good lead off. To be able to get the initiation. And Gabby showed and caught in with the lasso. Tried to hit the silence on John well. He managed to jump away. Leap and a force staff out. But they're going to be able to still keep on top of the Mirana. 2 dead as the fast smoke move with Force leading the way. I just believe everybody like blinked out, but then Gabby didn't seem to have the chance to be able to jump into the trees or anything.
That was a little weird, yeah. He was even a little slow to pop BKB. Like, the thing is, if he doesn't pop BKB, he's dead for sure. If he pops it, he's probably still dead, but I mean, at least you negate a lot of the bad damage. It's like Fnatic weren't ready for that fight or something. Just awkward position. They just let them flank him. The bat just runs in. He gets to a very deep position for just drum BKB. Lasso's the best target in Monkey, and pretty much everything you want out of a fight here for GEEK, which means more time for Drow to clean up the map and climb the ladder here.
Dire don't look too scared of Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a net worth swing.
Yeah, certainly.
Also a trajectory change, right? Throws a lot of momentum, so sometimes just shifting it back a little bit is more consequential than the actual items.
2 minutes Aegis on the Drow Ranger, so I don't think that Gabby wants to start a fight on that hero. A bit of a change. Lasso pull back. Into the cookies. Very nicely done. Armel, who with the fresh BKB, doesn't have to get in there with 2-man avalanche and finish off the 2 supports with the help of the Mirana. Now they need to get out, though. Can they get away from this Ember Spirit? Got straight into the roots, the brambles, so wasn't able to pursue it the way he wanted to.
DJ will snatch that streak back from Norman, so, you know, happy to return the favor there. That was double damage Ember. That's a hard fight to take. Still pretty good execution by Fnatic of using a tiny BKB there. Just, he's a lot tankier when he doesn't have to get chained and sit there and take it all, so. Smoking up again, trying to look for more.
Ember, stun into brambles. He walks through this. Oh no, they saw him. They saw him hopping in the trees. Hit the stun though. Either way, the Ember Spirit does get caught straight to the arrow. They try to stab him out, but he's still inside the Monkey King ultimate. He'll fall. The rest of the team has to back out of that AoE. Looks like the Drow Ranger was able to put some damage onto the Mirana though. Fortunately, the Kisses didn't have the information where they were at, so they all missed.
Tornado on Drow.
Arrow drops him into the air. Nicely played, KP. Well timed on that purge.
still needed for 20.
Yeah, they're going to finish this up. We'll see what they do on the second life here. Are they really going to be able to keep it?
Another arrow.
An arrow, back into it. Stun first from the Monkey King. Oh, the Pathfinder, get down, Mr. President. Force takes the arrow. Now with the BKB, jumps forward, gets on top of the Dark Willow, turns around, goes to the Terrorize, only hitting the Sapphire for now, as the Primal Split is controlling some of Geek Slate from overwhelming Fnatic as they look to be able to retreat. And should be able to get away cleanly.
Yeah, what a beautiful arrow tank. I was thinking Stroud dead for sure, but yeah. Heads up play by Force, just tanks it for his boy, then pops BKB after, he's totally fine. Those are those arrow setups that you have to think about. They're deadly, because you have this Ags on the Brew, he can tornado, set you up, pull you down, arrow you, still have his ult up. This is the combo I think Fnatic should be looking to abuse a little bit more. Especially when BKBs are down, like that Ember at the start of that fight. You don't have BKB, you are just dead in this game. Not much to save you.
There's another setup now with the Blink Yules onto DJ.
Yep.
So even if you don't have BKB, like that's going to be Yule's arrow or Yule's into Bramble into arrow, nice and easy. And even if you do have BKB, it could just force you to use it, and then the Dark Willow just Shadow Realms away. We'll watch that last fight again, as it should have been a pretty easy chain stun combination here for Fnatic.
Yeah, see what you have to do is you have to go with Armel and be ready to toss the guy who blinks in back out so the arrow can hit. That's the 100,000 IQ play, but the heads up play by Force kind of salvages this fight. Drow is dead for sure if that doesn't happen.
Yeah, really nicely played. Back into it though, Fnatic once again trying to be the aggressors with these smokes. They get the information, they lead up with the stun, they get the combo. They're always going to be able to get the initial kill that makes it a 4 versus 5 and makes it unlikely that Geek Slate can fight back. That being said, Roshan cannot be up for another minute, so controlling this part of the map for a Marcy kill doesn't necessarily give you that much.
Yeah, this Mirana's destroyed this game. Yeah, like, we can see why this hero's first pick. The Mirana ults have been devastating. The vision advantage, setting things up, the follow-up on all of these small disables with the arrow. The fact that she's able to farm so much, she has Force and Lotus now, which are huge for this lineup for like some Ember Bat heavy skirmish lineup that's relying on chains and napalm. The fact John Wells gone to a Lotus means a lot.
Dire don't look too scared of Radiant's top
He
tower.
is at a very good Fnatic benefiting the most. Looking for the next Roshan here, really. That's kind of the biggest objective in this game.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Disassembled for KP as well.
Yeah, they saw that and they did not want to jump KP, knowing that he did have an answer. What have you made of this Brewmaster Aghanim Scepter? When this was first announced, this was immediately what I thought of would be the most broken. It's just, okay, managing the lasso with a follow-up, and Lotus Lasso makes things a little bit awkward for Force, who wanted to bring them down into the low ground of the tier 2, but was denied that due to the fast reactions. Narvin's going to be caught by the Dark Willow with the Brambles and the stun. Very awkward. Who got out that Lotus Orb so quick?
John Welch Lotus himself. Damn. He's just a monster. That was insanely fast. That said, I don't know if that's the target you want to be lassoing anyway.
Yeah.
Either way, like, that's the power of Lotus Orb in this game. This Geek Slate control is very single target focused, so the net worth you're paying off.
Do Radiant want
And
their
all of
middle
this is
tower?
posturing for vision control, the posture for Roshan, so every time Geek Slate fails to take this kill, they're gonna try again.
Gotta be careful with your positioning here, Armel. Gets a bit far forward, Drow Ranger delivers some hefty damage in, pops to the BKB, and with the Moonlight Shadow should just be able to block it off. Actually, going to go back in with the Blink coming up, but no.
It's just the full vision control.
Yeah.
So obnoxious right now.
Like, how do you go anywhere when you've got both the Moonlight Shadow and you got this like primal companion thing running around all the time? Very annoying. If it's not the companion, it's Brewmaster himself with the Eon Disc sitting on high grounds.
I guess that's why he banned Bounty Hunter. He track. It all makes sense now.
There you go.
We're gonna try again. Take the hill round 3.
See if we can get this high ground. Fnatic, who just left supports over there, are going to be forced to retreat. So now, Geek Slate own the part of the map that is required to contest Roshan. And they will have a chance to do so. Roshan will be up in just 30 seconds.
And completed Scotty on Gabby just in time. This is a huge power spike for the Monkey. If Fnatic can take the fight around the Wukong's command, anchored in those Monkeys, they're gonna be super happy. I don't think they need to aggressively force anything here. Like, you just play for the objective, because the idea is you can force them into your Monkey hole. And that's a very tough fight for GEEK SLATE to take. Their lineup is kind of committal, outside of bad dragging someone out of it.
Dire with the scan.
But I mean, screw that, I guess. Just take it to him with Ronald. Or Smoke. You don't even have Ronald. Just load the tiny end. No fear.
Raji sitting on the high ground. They were ready for that. And they give up their 5 positions. They tried to help him out with the cookie, but ultimately was never going to go well for him. And Fnatic with that just slight advantage. I feel like it's enough to do Roshan. They're probably right about that.
Mel's just cutting mid-wave, doing a little scouting, make sure it's uncontested. KP is just hitting it with a fire pan. That's pretty interesting. Wasn't too effective, to be honest, but
yeah, no, it's not nearly as much damage as you would hope.
But now they'll clean up pretty fast, and this smoke is going to be
And
late.
over here,
Yep, it
Radiant's
is
top
4-man
tower.
smoke.
About to fall.
Ronald,
Or is
anyway.
it? Full Night Shadow, the Fnatic. They're gonna keep committing for it. And Monkey King wants to. Gabby wants to keep going down. The kids are gonna start raining in. They're getting some decent damage. And Ember Spirit, he's gonna follow that up. The BKB immediately going off. They're gonna contest for the Roshan. Who's gonna be able to outright click? Gabby actually jumped in. He actually jumped over and got it. Snags up the Aegis over here. Gabby got the shard as well. He got Roshan killed. Gabby is left with nothing but death. That's a 2-man terrorize. On top of that one with Armel getting the taunt and avalanche down. Armel using the BKB to TP out while the rest of his team tries to clean up some of those kills. It is still, at the end of the day, Scam with the double damage. He is the king of this fight, and everybody from Fnatic is going to have to retreat if they can.
And Cox God right there, just gets the Roshan kill, the Aegis, and then somehow picks up the shard before he dies.
Having a bad
Waste the Monkey's BKB timing got wasted by the Snapfire ult, so he's committed to this point. Just takes the full
Is Dire
Wukong.
going to let that middle tower fall?
Gets a little remnant action in here. I mean, sick plays all around. I don't think you should have got that shard, but you know, you take what you can get here, and then oh, this Monkey has no BKB. Time to just jump in. Very awkward fight for Fnatic.
Great stuff.
Just well played by Cox to read the situation well. That's the power of spirits around Roche. You always have a chance to get that steal. That's massive for them, because the Aegis on this Monkey is, it's like your way to close out the map and maybe get some fight into a high round or something.
Yeah.
Now this map can get stalled up for a long time, because Fnatic do not have an easy way to just force objectives. You have to try and take the fights, find the pickoffs, play this type of style, which has been working for them. But every one of these fights you get slowed down. Skem's highest net worth. Drow is closing in on you, starting to do a lot of damage, especially with that sidekick buff.
Combo, arrow, oh, the cookie might help him out. There's out, Cox. He got the BKB, gets away, and now the damage turned around as Armel is trying to get away from Raji right now. Pensky, little Marcy, sticking on top of him. Fort's gonna catch up as well, but Firefly, do they have the protection? Oh, that wasn't quite enough. Raji did land the stun, but they didn't have the damage or the detection to be able to spot Armel on just 200 HP. Back into play though, Mirana. The next to fall on KP, really not able to use his final split to a whole lot of effect until the Ember Spirit Cox being saved once again. The greens go off. Norman helping him out, delivering the final blow as Armel falls. DJ trying to get away with the Shadow Realm. KP running out of time on the primal split as well. There's nowhere for DJ to run. Self-fuels and blink out attempt. No.
Game of inches, as you said, Cap. These mids are living on no HP. Cookie double force just to bail the Ember out, dodges some projectile right clicks with Slight, lives off the remnant, comes back to clean up the fight. And Cox is having a hell of a game right now.
Yeah, he certainly is. He is thriving in this
Dire's middle
space.
tower is under attack.
Shout out to the
Far he
supports,
pushed.
man. That was, yeah, so much help from everybody there. Both the supports and Force as well. Giving
Is
him the
Dire going
staff.
to let that middle
And the
tower
Grease
fall?
buff. He probably
Dire's
dies there if he
middle
doesn't
tower
have it
has
on the
fallen.
low HP. And Armel, he does a decent job getting out here as well. Like Illusion Rune into the Shadow Blade, another Force Staff. Both teams saving their mids. The due diligence paying off. Just not able to turn here from Fnatic. Too much range damage. The Drow is really starting to hurt them. They don't have the best innate gap close unless they jump together, and the fight gets discoordinated like this. Drow just starts plucking away with those hypo stacks. They add up.
Norman just hanging around the cliff area. The Bat Rider somewhere around. They thought they could maybe find a pick, but instead they find the full stack of Fnatic outside of Armel.
The vision battle continues.
Pretty much.
I think GEEK feel a lot better about the position now than like 10 minutes ago, right? It's Ember starting to scale into the late game. He's pushing towards an Axe now. Drow top net worth, doing some serious damage. Brew is, you know, he has good utility, but he's not killing anybody. So then it comes down to you have to take the fights around Monkey ult and Armel. Get tougher. Pickoffs definitely help.
Certainly do.
And from Ronald, they always play the map and find these isolated targets.
5K net worth lead for Fnatic as we've had a bit of a roller coaster back and forth. Once upon a time, though, it was 92% favor to Fnatic.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, GEEK SLATE.
Or I guess it's really bad.
Yeah, Fnatic, you lost control of a game that felt pretty won, but I don't know, I never felt like it was that one-sided.
I don't think it was 92, but yeah.
No, maybe it was like Dota Plus is a little.
Yeah, maybe it was like 89 or something, but 92, that's.
Oh, yeah, of course. And creeping over the 90 line, that's a bit too far.
Just one or two fights in this meta, and like, these net worth differences are not that big if you get the right item times and use them well.
A tool to teach.
Like, that's the power of aura items too, right? They're in max value.
I managed to catch KP. KP calling their bluff right there. Still holding on to the Aeon Disc Assemble.
Fnatic just really want to find the jump on this bad Ember or Drow. Like, any of the cores will take them. Armel, I feel like Armel jumping as a ward is, it's okay if he can get forced out or something, but it can also be kind of awkward. Like, you might not kill his hero through Greaves or some Force Staff, and then you're just stuck.
You show here on this creep wave, it might be bad, Armel. He doesn't immediately get jumps. Cock's a little bit too far away.
I think one of the other problems this game is we haven't really seen this Monkey ult work. We haven't seen him be able to gap close the Drow either. It's just hard for Gabby to run through all this trash in the way, you know, like, and find this target that he really wants to get on, which is Skem, who also has Shadow Blade now, so it just gets harder and harder. Yeah, I mean, even if he does, he's got Shadow Blade, Manta, Hurricane Pike, so he's got a lot of different effective ways to get out of movement, and they have the Marcy and Snapfire, both two supports with repositioning abilities, so it is. You gotta get on him like 5 times. Yeah, pretty much.
I think Dire's fortification will work, Dix?
It's tough, it's tough. At the same time, if you don't get on this Drow, she's just sitting there with
Dire's
marksmanship.
bottom tower is under attack.
Doing
And
late game
over
Drow
here,
things.
Radiant's top tower.
As I said, the reverse Lina card.
Still not sure what that means, but
Look at Dire's
I think we
bottom
all know
tower,
what it
Jax.
means at this point.
right. AC almost done for
Tower is under
KP.
attack. Dire's bottom
It's
tower
like an
is under
evil
attack.
twin, you know? Lina's evil twin. The Drow Ranger.
Look at Dire's bottom tower,
Where
Jax.
Lina does mixed magic damage, Drow only outputs physical damage. You know that Spell Amp amplifies multi-shot?
Is that true?
Yeah. Yasha Kaya. That's the build.
I'll have to ask AUI on that one.
No. I looked it up because you said something about sidekick help. That does not work. Bonus damage doesn't work for multi-shot.
Bonus damage?
Only
Oh, yeah,
only
base damage, right?
Yeah. I was fact checking you on that, and I saw I saw that Spell Amp helps multi-shot. I was like, huh, okay. I'm not sure when that'll be out. You have the light sticker, right? Weird load absorb situation. situation. Straight to the arrow. KP holding and holding. Look at this man. He's got balls of steel. He refuses to activate that Eon disc. Instead, he activates the primal split, so at least there's something being used there.
I might say discs of steel.
What? He would have said orbs of steel. He's got the vitality orb and the energy booster. That would have been more fitting.
Yeah, well, you threw me off. I was still thinking about this multi-shot impact. Just throwing me off, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Your cold, analytical brain. Sometimes I gotta throw in some wrenches into that mix, you know?
I mean, the orb effects apply, right? You know. No? Oh.
No, it's only Frost Arrows that applies.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're good. You know what though, Cap? All this stuff is good when Drow just right clicks people, which is what she does in 80% of the fight. True. You know, you throw a multi-shot, no one cares about the multi-shot. It's about the right clicks. They come in after the multi-shot. But right clicks versus Shiva stuff on KP now. He's tanky.
A lot of bonus armor all over the place. Skim hunting KP. Are they finally going to force him to use the Xenon disc that he has held on to for like 15 minutes?
And over here, Radiant's
No.
top tower.
Apparently not.
They're not.
Shadows take us.
There's another Ronald. Again, Roche is up, so this is just all about vision right now.
Yeah.
Full nullifier on Gabby. On top of Basher, he got some items in the last few minutes here. He's like talking with Ninja here as well, so this monkey is smoking himself. Might be able to wrap and find some super good angles.
So Hurricane Pike isn't going to help as much, nor will the defensive force stats that have been used.
Right. This
Cookie
nullifier is
and
huge.
Dispose are still in full effect, though. Oh no, that's out of all the trees. Don't grab the one that Gabby's sitting on. Come on.
I mean, he's got AC. Huge power play here for Fnatic, actually. If they get a good Wukong command fight, they're going to decimate them with the armor
Dire
stacking.
are scanning for enemies.
They are circling each other. The
Radiants are
smoke's on
scanning for
both
enemies.
sides, and they wrap into the opponent's high ground. Fnatic knows what's up now. They realize Geek Slate. There it is. KP running in, just trying to get the vision with the Shivas and help. The arrow going out. Lands under neutral. KP sending here's the Sapphire combination. Raj is going to try and help out there. Pop the BKB, chasing after some heroes. DJ Shadow Run where he can. KP chasing after. He's got on top of the Drow Ranger. KP's going to be used it immediately. Hold him out to Wukong's command. And now in a distance, the assassination goes to work, and Scam will finish out the Monkey King. You thought you caught the Drow Ranger. KP actually dies inside of the primal split. That Aeon is still ready to be popped, but it seems will never be activated as Geek Slate. I don't know how they managed to turn that fight so well. What a catch from the Bat Rider. I mean, that's got to be the biggest moment.
That looked good for them because all the BKBs from Geek Slate got popped pretty early and Fnatic hadn't really committed, right? Gabby's just waiting for his window, jumps, gets the right target, Wukong's. The ring's not big enough. Just gets dragged out. I mean, you can't nullify everybody, so somebody's going to be able to use Force Staffs here, and he might have got Hurricane Piked right when he was on top of the drop too. I couldn't see, but did not connect for long.
The Brewmaster with the split was on top of the drought, but where was Cox? That's my question.
I mean, Cox is just in there BKB. Like, he BKB'd super early, he's just fighting the Tiny.
Yeah.
Nothing's really happening. Gabby finds the jump, gets the Abyssal into Wukong here. Well, he just gets dragged up.
Yeah, I feel like in this moment right here, we need somebody on top of the Drown Ranger, right, to limit that marksmanship damage.
It's supposed to be the monkey. Yeah, it's just too hard at this point. I mean, I don't know, maybe you have to jump him together, right? Like, you might need this Tiny combo on top of the monkey go. Or you just play more patient there, and let this roll waste some BKBs. Maybe you jump the Ember when his goes down. Either way, that did not look close at all, to be honest.
The prizes!
Butterfly for this Drow Ranger doesn't help at all either.
Cox was building at Aghanim's after got the point booster, and then he was like, all right, well, we won the Roshan fight, so I'm going to get a free Ags out of that, and now he can go Refresher. So all of his play in that last team fight, where he just kind of like tried to force as much attention onto himself as possible to pay out a successful team fight, means that a free Ags and a Refresher soon to be. I mean, if you want somebody who's going to be able to give you crazy the amount of information in frontline. Semper Spirit is going to be
Last long.
a lot.
Dire structures.
I feel like this is like the best axe you can get in the game from Roche.
Oh, yeah.
It's just outside of maybe like some of the old razors shenanigans and stuff like this one's just so disgusting.
Soon this place
It
is
is
swarming with creeps.
very difficult to team fight into now if you're Fnatic. It's just a ridiculous power spike. You have Cheese on this Marcy as well, who has BKB and a Witchbane, and she does a significant amount of damage. Drow has Aegis, you have to kill her twice. Very tough for Fnatic here.
Yeah,
They have to find some supports or something. They're gonna find Cogswitch.
Yeah, they got the Hex, Terrorize! Ooh, what a catch. Nice little creep up there, down the lane, not cutting through the jungle at all. Wow, big opening, and KP gets a clap on it too, with the Primal Swift immediately going on. Man, they managed to get the Tornado up on the Drow Ranger. When are they going to put her down, and when are they going to try and focus her? Gabby, oh, trying to go for the Wukong's man for a second there, caught Lasso. Can they stop this Demon? Gabby needs some help. Wukong's flying back, he gets on top of it. He tries to go for the back, turns into a drink, but tossed over, and that finishes him off. And Darman trying to force Snap away from Armel here. Armel trying to put some damage onto Force where he can, but he's running out. He doesn't have too much more to work with. Tries to go one last combo to finish off the bat right here. Get that much, but he will fall ultimately, dropping the gem to the hands of GEEK SLATE.
These fights, Force just he's waiting so long and he's always lassoing this monkey. There's not really any other threat to this Drow who gets tossed like into what, right? Yeah, and they got the best pick they could get, which was this Ember right off the bat with the Hex reveal on DJ. Somehow been able to farm that up this game. He's pretty stacked.
You could see it felt like their play this time around was to like try and kill other people. And Gabby, yeah, like he was literally sitting there thinking about Wukong's commanding. I think he even like maybe stopped it once.
He pumped it
to try and get the Batrider to jump on you, but it still doesn't change anything. Once you are separated distance-wise from the Drow Ranger, you're just dead.
I mean, they loaded him to that fight, preemptively thinking about it. And Force jumped. It was not the last of the Warriors, so super heads up play by him. Okay, is this the A on this position?
There it is! Finally assembled the puts it to work, and he dies anyway.
That's rough. That's Gem. All right, John, we'll recover here. I almost feel like this monkey needs Satanic. The more I watch these fights.
So like when he gets dragged away, he has a second life.
Yeah, because he's not dying in the lasso. He just
what about Lincoln's? Couldn't somebody
is,
have gotten Lincoln's for him?
I feel like it would have gotten. I mean, it can get popped, but I don't think the issue is him getting lassoed or like that. It's what happens after that, right? He just doesn't have enough HP or sustain the tank to be able to take the fight, and there's just not much that helps him. I don't know. They need some ability to sustain the damage to the fight longer.
The way I see it is the Monkey King dies because of the Drow's damage, but Drow dies to the Wukong's command. So in my mind, that just means that the Wukong's command is actually your best form of defense. And so anything to get that off at that point. I really feel like the Lincoln's was actually the solving piece here. Instead, they went the Scythe for DJ, which, you know, I can't argue against that. But
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, if he pops VKD, there's nothing else that can get through the Lincolns.
Yeah, it definitely gives him a decent window. I'm just not even sure if Drow dies to him.
Yeah, maybe not. Not with the butterfly pickup. It got so early.
The only other thing I can think of here is this Ag Scepter for Armel. Because he went AEC Silver Edge, which was super nice single target, and you can get in and try and burst him, but it's
and they hit the arrow as well. That's going to be the first line of the Drow Ranger. And now, are you going to be able to get that last? Are you going to be able to get the Monkey King? They got the defensive force out of there. Pull him out. Out of the base he goes. And down he falls. Armel's going to chase after that Drow Ranger, though. He doesn't need the Monkey King necessarily. He can stick onto it, but it's still not enough for the team. Okay, KP does well. Drow Ranger. And Gabby's back into play here. Devastating the rest of these heroes with no Drow Ranger to worry about. Now Gabby can finally put in some work. And that is a lot of heroes on GEEK SLATE dead with no buybacks and very long death timers.
That is a pretty good fight for Fnatic there. I mean, you're going to sacrifice some of your monkey scalability, but he gets, the big thing is he gets to level 25. Which might be more powerful than an item, right? Because now you get the super large ring, which is huge in these scenarios where you're trying to drag him out of it or people are trying to force out of it.
Yeah.
So Gabby's not too sad about that, and Armel got a lot as well. Not the worst case scenario considering Drought gets the BKB and fully disengages there. Armel just mans up, smacks him with the club.
Yeah, look, he's just running after the Drow Ranger. And
They
did
barely
just
get
enough damage for the rest of the supporting crew to kill the Drow.
And if Drought ever dies, it's free reign for this Fnatic squad. But of course that was 2 lives, right? I also think that Aegis was like 3 seconds off or something, I feel. It was close, but either way, like it's a good idea of the fight. You have the displacement, toss the Drow in. Anytime you get the toss on Drow, you should immediately take it.
Look at the spirits, the remnants, killing the creep wave.
Yeah,
They'll have a bit of time when the backdoor protection is down, but combined with the glyph, that pretty much just kills the push. They're not going to be able to do any more building damage with everybody from GEEK SLATE coming back up.
Power of Ag Shard Ember here.
Yeah.
He's also level 25, so he does a lot of damage.
Yeah, double SLATE.
Well, it looks like Gabby is thinking about Lincoln's. And he does finish it.
Okay.
Sells a little bit to get there, but now he's level 20. He's level 25 talent with the Lincoln. So, like you said, he's harder to touch in that BKB, and he has the massive ring.
Like, getting the right position for this fight. KP trying to bait himself a little bit.
He's got strength link on this brew.
Back up, yeah, he's very big.
I mean, it's pretty. If you land the strength link plus Shivas, it's a lot of AoE slow.
Yeah.
You don't want to pop BKB off that, but at the same time, it's something that can really easily set up a good jump for Gabby, right? If you land the Drow with these and she's just kind of sitting there, you buy a decent amount of time for Armel and Gabby to close the gap and pick their target correctly. So, kind of cool itemization here from KP. I could see it paying off.
Another smoke wraparound. GEEK SLATE really putting a lot of effort into trying to catch Fnatic.
This is a good wrap.
Yeah, this is a very good wrap. Making sure that the Monkey King isn't getting the setup that he wants in these fights. They're gonna pull him back, they're gonna hold him there while Scam delivers the damage easily, taking down the Tiny, who does have a buyback, but this far away from the base, can't really use it at all, and it's just fall and double buy for Fnatic. 2-fan buyback, yeah. But can they get here in time to do anything? I don't think so. It looks pretty good without the ultimate, but there's nothing to keep him there. In fact, if anything, Gabby's got to retreat. Otherwise, he's going to be caught by the Ember Spirit. You can already see, like, Sapphire by herself trying to catch Monkey King.
Yeah, what a wrap from GEEK SLATE. At the ward, Pat just flies on the high ground, gets a little vision of this Tiny, insta-jumps him. No BKB gets off for Armel, he's dead 100%. Beautiful execution. Fnatic do have the outpost arrow, so they're buying back to try and take that fight, but GEEK SLATE take it towards their base, away from that outpost as well. Very heads-up play by them. That's going to be a huge buyback out from this Tiny. 7 minutes now. He goes down, plus double support buy. You're going to lose your... I mean, you just lose the game, I think, because there's no way you're defending without all 5 heroes for Fnatic, and your base is pretty exposed.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Now you're in a situation where you cannot lose another fight. You have to get the toss back. If you get jumped on Fnatic, I think the fight seems impossible, because you're not going to get a good ring. Like, Drow just has an absolutely free fight then. So I think you have to jump GEEK SLATE here, and you have to get a toss back or some sort of chain stun into arrow. Maybe DJ can lead with Hex if you see a good target here. Drow just showing in the river.
Okay.
He has Lincolns.
Small opportunity. Yeah, how do they initiate? They can't blink sights like they used to.
He does not need to lead this charge, but he is leading it.
I don't know, he's got the Lincolns, he feels like he's invincible.
And
it's certainly not the case against a Tiny, but...
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't care with the buyback too, I don't know.
See, I would get that if he had boost track.
AP trying to force a mission. Aeon popped.
Yeah, at the same time, an arrow landed on the Bat Rider. On the high ground here, they're going to try and chain it up with his arrows and everything being used. Armel jumping into that high ground to go for it. He's going to be just forced to death here. Just TP out time. What about the Drow Ranger? Skep, Primal Split. He's just trying to stick on top of the Drow Ranger and draw some attention while his rest of the team repositions. The Fire Panda does manage to get away, so he's not going to die inside of his ultimate here, but if he's not careful, ooh, nice blink away before Skem can land the damage.
See what kind of trouble.
Into the Roshan pit they go, despite the fact that Batrider being dead, several large ultimates from Fnatic being used. Skem makes the call that we can take this
really
anywhere.
fast.
Arrow inside of Roshan. They're going to try and get in there. See if they can blow up the Marcy nice and quick, and they're not going to complete the Roshan just yet. Skem actually forcing over to the side. Possible's all he trying to deliver some damage where he can, but they're popping away from him. KP doing what he can, jumps into the air, but it looks like he's going to be finished off with the Drown Ranger, but he bought enough time for Fnatic to take the entirety of Roshan. Gives up his life because he had buyback and the rest of the team could grab all of the spoils of Roche.
Pretty decent trade here for Fnatic. Now, you might get forced to use these buybacks, but you get everything out of that when you were looking down the barrel of GEEK getting everything. So now you have a Refresher Shard and base. You got an Ag Scepter as well, which Gabby takes. So he gets free Ags, an Aegis, and a Refresher Shard.
Dire's middle
He
tower
doesn't even
is
have
under
the slots for all this. Needs a lone Druid Bear or something. So
Row one, see if they can toss back and force half away. Oh, don't let him out the toss. Skem tries to use the force half to get out of one side of it once again, but they will manage to finish him off. Drown Ranger dead. Buyback from again. They're going to try and force this, but there's still an Aegis on the Monkey King. A lasso onto the Tiny, but a BKB fading. The kids are going to be knocked down. Skem is going to be joining them with a boot to travel in. Two head without buyback, and now up to Gabby now with this final life of the Wukongs man. He needs to be able to kill that Drown Ranger. Drown going back in to finish on the Monkey. Does into a tree, but it's not good enough. It's Fnatic will die in a final attempt to take this and GEEK SLATE. What a call from Skem. Several calls. I mean, at some point in time, he was just, let's do Roshan. It didn't actually quite work out for them, but then they just go for the high ground anyway into an Aegis.
No,
it works.
I like that. It's like playing to win, right? He's not afraid. He's not playing scared or anything. He's not like, oh, let's wait for some next Roche or wait for them to have buyback. Like, he's like, they don't have buyback. They only have one monkey ult. I mean, at the end they had two, but you know, they can only get on me once. I'm just gonna go in. They're gonna jump me. I have buy. We glyph. Yeah, he TPs to glyph catapult. It's guaranteed. Comes back in. They take, you know, the 5-on-4, whatever it is, without monkey. I mean, he had another monkey ult, but like at that point, it doesn't matter. They kill some other heroes. They just heads up play. I like it. It's aggressive. It's very thought out, methodical. That's the type of gameplay that wins you games. Even maybe it's like theoretically not even correct. Who even knows? It's just decisive. Decisive gameplay wins late game situations because it's all about the jump, the commit, be together, all on the same page. If Skem's making the call and they're all with it, it works out, right? Looks pretty good.
And he looks pretty good going back into the carry roles.